Alright, so Persona Central just dropped an article about the sales of SMT5 and how Sega is pretty satisfied with it. Let's give it a read. During the Sega Sammy Management Meeting 2021 on December 14th, the company discussed the company's past, present, and prospective future performance with investors. Part of the presentation included details regarding Atlus games. Sega released several titles this fiscal year, starting on April 2021 and ending March 2022, from Sonic Colors Ultimate, Lost Judgment, Football Manager, and SMT5. Among all the titles released this year, Sega singled out SMT5 as selling well with the following statement. At this point, the marketing of each title has been very successful, and the sales status of Shin Megami Tensei 5, which was just released recently, has been quite good. During its opening week, SMT5 topped sales charts in Japan with 143,000 copies sold. It proceeded to have a successful release in the UK, and subsequently achieved the most dollar sales during the launch month for a SMT game in the United States of America. For Persona, they said, regarding the point to grow existing IPs into global brands, Sega highlighted the following strategy, which includes Persona. Okay, so every time Sega shows this image of all the franchises they want to make into global brands, to represent Persona, they just put the Persona 5 logo, which is like, why? If you want people to recognize Persona for more than just Persona 5, maybe don't put the Persona 5 logo. I don't know, I feel like it's probably the worst thing they could have chosen. This falls in line with previous statements made by Sega regarding the increasing importance of simultaneous global marketing and releases. The importance of releases on more platforms, which was also recently highlighted after the successful release of Persona 4 Golden on Steam, which convinced Atlus to release Persona 4 Arena Ultimax remastered on more platforms than originally intended. For the Persona series, Sega had the following to say. For Persona, we are proceeding the media mix rollout, and concerts and animations are drawing a lot of great reviews. We would like to increase our revenue by creating various touchpoints and enhancing user community. In other words, Sega is happy with the expansion of the Persona series in the forms of media other than video games, and they will continue as they have, with an increased focus on involving the community. That is a very specific statement. They specifically reference the community multiple times, so I'm kind of curious as to what they have up their sleeve. That's pretty interesting. Additionally, during the investor Q&A for this presentation, the following question was asked. Is there any other Sega IP that could take strategic IP rollout similar to Sonic? And then Sega said, as for the potential of other IP than Sonic, in terms of licensing and merchandising, IPs which we are receiving a lot of offers at the moment are Persona and Project Sakai. I have absolutely no idea what that is, okay. I think we can continue to further roll out aggressively for these IPs in the future. However, we don't expect they will grow to the IP that can reach hundreds of millions of people at the similar scale with Sonic. In my opinion, I feel like they should definitely try Yakuza in a movie format, or maybe a TV show. That'd be interesting. Okay, and then Project Refantasy, which has just a little quick blurb. During the presentation, Sega Sammy outlined titles to be released in or after 2022. This included a formal mention of Project Refantasy. Beyond the next fiscal year, we are preparing many major titles, such as Sonic Frontiers and Company of Heroes 3, which we have just introduced, and Project Refantasy, a totally new RPG title by Atlus first in a long time. Okay, this was totally translated with Google Translate. This is awful. Oh my god. Okay, so basically they said, we have new things, and then Project Refantasy, it's new by Atlus. That's pretty much it. They said the exact same thing again. Project Refantasy is in the development climax, even though they said that last year, so yeah, that's pretty much it with this article. I think the Persona IP's expansion into other things besides video games is interesting. Right now, we currently have the Persona 5 manga, and we just had the Persona 5 anime dub, so could that mean they're doing a Royal anime? I would not be surprised, seeming. So we didn't get a Fez anime, but we did get a Golden anime, so Royal is definitely not out of the cards just yet, as there's what? 5 announcements left in the Persona 25th anniversary, so yeah, I would not be surprised if one of them was a Royal anime. Okay, so a brand new article literally just came out from Persona Central, so I'm gonna add this onto this video as well. It's basically Atlus's statement for the new year. Happy New Year! In November 2021, SMT5 was simultaneously released worldwide, and it got off to a good start, selling over 800k copies total. Thank you very much for your support. 2022 will start with the remastered version of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax in March, and the release of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim for Switch in April. We are also preparing a surprise new title that has not been announced. Also, the 25th anniversary of Persona, which started last year, will enter a new phase. Please look forward to it. What's interesting is that they emphasize a surprise new title that has not yet been announced. So does that mean a new game? Does that mean a port? It is interesting they say a surprise new title. So by new, I think they mean a new game? It's definitely going to be a spin-off, not like a Persona 6. If it is Persona 6, then oh my god, but I don't really expect Persona 6. As recently stated, Sega was satisfied with the sales of SMT5, and this is the first milestone reported for SMT5 sales worldwide. As a point of comparison, SMT4 achieved 600k sales after 2 years, so SMT5 getting 800k in a month or so is really good in comparison to the last mainline SMT title. Atlus producer-manager Shinjiro Takada previously talked about a pillar title he hopes to release in 2022, so that could be this new surprise title for the 25th anniversary of Persona. Atlus general manager Naoto Hiroka had previously mentioned a surprising big title the company had been working on that he couldn't wait to reveal. Again, maybe this new title. At the same time, there's an outstanding rating for a game titled Project Pen that is yet to be revealed. So that is referring to a Australian rating board rated a game called Project Pen that was an Atlus title, and that's literally all we know. So yeah, it is looking increasingly likely that in 2022, Atlus will be releasing a major pillar title that will surprise fans. Presumably, this is not Atlus's upcoming fantasy RPG titled Project Refantasy, which has already been announced since December 2016. So yeah, they don't think it's Refantasy. I'm not sure if I said that in the last video, that I thought it would be Refantasy for their pillar title, but yeah, apparently it is not. Now, I'm just wondering how many ports are left in the Persona 25th anniversary. So they said 7 announcements, and we've already had 2, so there's 5 left. If this next one is the new secret game that they can't talk about, then does that mean there are 4 ports left? Or maybe there's like 2 ports left, and then 1 is a concert, and the 1 is an anime or something. It's very unclear right now what is gonna be what, because they have not said anything, which is fine. To be fair, I'm not like complaining or anything, just a little speculation. Me personally, I know this wouldn't go with the anniversary, but I would like to see the Persona 3 movies released in the US in a bigger capacity, you know, maybe get them on Netflix, because as far as I know, they're on Amazon Prime to rent, but like, that's it. I'd have to look after the fact in editing, but I'm pretty sure that is the only way to own or watch it in the US legally, if I'm not mistaken. There might be a Blu-ray or something, but it's gonna be like $50 plus, probably something ridiculous, because anime Blu-rays are not cheap in the slightest. Also, yeah, I forgot to mention, but according to this article, SMT5 is the best-selling mainline game for the SMT franchise, which is really cool. The Nintendo Switch definitely propelled this game to heights that it might not have got to if it was on another platform. I'm really glad that Atlus has kind of stepped out of the PlayStation sphere a little bit. As me personally, I love my PS4, it's great, but I just prefer playing on my PC or my Switch, so it's nice to see that Atlus is not only putting games on the Switch, but at a fairly consistent rate too. Like, we already have 2 games announced for the Switch next year from Atlus, which is really good compared to their output a couple years ago, which was nothing. The Yakuza franchise alone has sold 2.8 million units on PC. That is huge. That is great for this franchise. And hopefully Sega will realize, wow, people want their games on PC, and will port more consistently, maybe even all of their new releases to PC. I'd like to see the Fist of the North Star game come to PC. If possible, I'd like to see the old Super Nintendo SMT titles come to PC as well. I know those would be complicated because they don't own the Super Nintendo, so they'd have to get an emulator that would jack up the price. Also, the old Persona titles. There's so many titles that Sega has in their library that just aren't on modern platforms. And now that they're finally realizing people want these games, they might pull out all the stops and actually give us what we've been asking for years. I'd say this is a great time to be a Sega and Atlus fan. Unless you're a Sonic fan, in which case you've been drowning in your own tears since 2017. But hey, you got the Sonic movie, yay! And you got Origins, which might be delayed because they haven't said anything about it in a while, yay! Or Frontiers, which looks like a Breath of the Wild clone, yay! God, I'm so glad I'm not that into Sonic anymore. That's pretty much it though. If you guys like the video, comment, like, all that. Happy New Year's, yay. I'm not sure when I'm uploading this though, so it might be like the 3rd or something when I upload it. Sega is eating good as a company. Sega fans are eating good. If you like Sega and Atlus, at least. If you only like Sega, then you're not eating as good, but, you know, I think you'll live. My Strikers review is getting closer and closer to being done. I'll have it out probably in like the first week of the year, and I think that's it. Peace.